Here we are, we're coming to our Portage area.
Go off what my scouting reports say about.
Hey, Rosemount Irish fans, we're cross-country fans. We're out here at Lebanon Hills the day after the alumni race. I consider this sort of hallowed ground, Lebanon Hills. We've made a lot of our teams have made and earned their fitness coming out here. So anyway, yesterday we had the alumni race, and Coach, what are your first impressions?
First impressions are...
Well, the alumni won.
But the alumni won handily. I think it was 18 to 44, so they won handily. They had 7 of the top 8 spots.
Wow. Yeah.
And a handful of alum that were on standby to fly in if needed, but they didn't need them.
No. And our winner was Spencer Schultz?
Yeah, Spencer Schultz won his 3rd championship that he's won, and he's going for a 3-peat at the Stout alumni meet as well. He's won that twice, so he's going to try to double and win them both 3 times.
So Spencer is a 2018 or 19 grad?
He's 2018
grad from Rosemount. Okay. Yeah, and so we've had a variety of multiple champions, starting with, who was our original winner?
Yeah, so our original winner was Melvin Alvarez, and we got things going. He's representing the community. He won the first 3 years. Some of you might recognize him as a former Minneapolis South standout. Ran at Golden Valley Lutheran. He won the first 3, and then Jason Corford won his last 3 of high school and 3 when he ran for the University of Wisconsin River Falls. So he had won 6 in a row.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And then we've had a lot of multiple champions. Cody Sedbrook won 3 in a row. He was a Minnesota, he's UMD's 5K record holder. Yeah. And Shane McCallum won a couple when he ran at Augustana.
A rejuvenated Jordan Carlson won a few in high school, or won 1 in high school?
He won. Jordan Carlson won 1 in high school. He won a few more when he was at Notre Dame, and then I think, and now with Spencer Schultz, and I don't think I missed anybody. We've had Kelvin Lane, I think, has won a.
Okay.
He may have won a championship or so.
Okay.
In there as well. So 27 years we've had this. 27 years we've had this meet.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about our high school team. I think we were pretty enthused about the way things went, and maybe you can go through some of the highlights there.
Well, we went through in episode 1. We showed we had 4 guys going Division 1 that graduated off our team last year, but we are
right. So a lot of people are saying the cupboard's big,
right, but we are not. Andrew Schultz, first of all, we had back.
Yep.
And he's top 5 in our section last year. He's all conference. He looked really good last night. He was second to overall at the Spencer Schultz.
I think he ran like 10-16, 10-15.
Something like that. Thick grass.
Yeah.
Like that. So, but then it's really encouraging after that.
Okay.
So we had a freshman, Boston Peterson. He won the Irish Invite 9th grade race last year. He was on our tournament team last year at the state meet.
Yep.
He was in there. We had Drew Molinar showed signs.
A
sophomore. He came out late last year, but he's trained hard. He's shown signs. Abe Anderson, a wrestler. He went to state in wrestling last year, was right up there. Connor Amos.
Yeah. Ethan Peterson, I believe, was our 3rd runner.
We missed Ethan Peterson. Yep, I missed him. I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Ethan Peterson was on our state meet team last year as well.
Yeah.
And he was at 440 mile. He's part of our Rosemount Milers Club. Ran
That's
439 last year. So,
yeah.
Encouraging.
Good. Yeah, so things we think went pretty well.
Yeah.
Now, since it is the alumni race, we should probably talk about some of the alums. And what are your highlights?
Well, highlights for me, number 1, we had Nate Cockett, class of 96, flew from France.
That might be a record.
I think that is a record.
To come to the alumni race.
He told me 3 weeks ago in text, he said, well, I live in France. And
you said, get it done?
Well, I didn't quite say that, but he showed up and met with some of his friends too. Guys he ran with, Matt Cordina was one of his teammates. He was there. Mike Corcoran, class of 98, ran with him. Yeah. Aaron Seiler, class of 99. So some guys he knew were there.
Yeah. Wow. That's what makes the meet fun.
Yeah. Chandler Dye flew in from Boston. He's class of 2012.
Yeah. He doesn't even win first place for longest distance travel.
No, he doesn't. And he flew in, and we thought he was joking to see stuff, but his parents live in Alabama now. So he said, no, I'm staying at a hotel by the airport. Flew in, lives right on Beacon Hill there in Boston. So that was exciting.
Now, we don't cover travel expenses for alumni, do
we? We haven't yet.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
We're making sure. We had,
okay.
Jordan Carlson came in fit.
Rejuvenated.
Very rejuvenated. He's a 2008 graduate.
Yeah, that first quarter mile, it looked like we had 3 alumni pushing hard.
They were at 70 at the quarter.
Okay, we had Jordan in there, Chandler, and who else?
Spencer
was it?
Schultz.
Spencer, yeah, the college guy. Yeah.
You know, another great performance was Garrett Livingston last night.
Yeah.
You know, he's up at UMD. He ran a year at the School of Mines in Rapid City, and he looked good coming in. And you know, he lost his senior year due to COVID.
Yeah.
You know, 2020 senior year track, not cross country track.
Yeah, he ran great. Yeah. Gary, as you sometimes call
Yeah,
him.
I call him Gary. Yeah,
Yeah.
he ran well. We had a great get together last night at Carboni's.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody that came. It was a good time.
Great alumni. I mean, we got some guys that alumni have now come out on Saturdays after the after the alumni meet, and we got 3 we see right over there. Pranav Vijay flew in from Oregon for the meet, doing an internship at Corvallis. Anders Robak is over there. He's training for the Spokane Marathon. He did a 20-miler last week. That's kind of his tune-up, was a 20-miler last week.
Wow.
His dad's the principal at Rosemount. He's turned into kind of the water guy. He was the water guy at 10 miles.
Yeah. And he ran the race yesterday.
Yeah, which is not surprising. Our principal, he's
Gutted it out.
well, is you know what?
I heard the training hadn't gone as well this summer.
Not as well.
Past year. Yeah.
But you know what? He talks the talk about community at Rosemount High School.
He does walk that walk.
He does,
Yeah.
and he ran again last night. He ran with his better half.
Yep.
Sonia, former Alexandria,
Augustana, my home territory.
Yeah, Augustana standout.
Yeah. And then Cole Adams, I believe, was another marathon trainer.
Cole Adams was there. He's going to go back to Purdue this morning. He left early to go to Purdue.
Yeah.
He's coming back for the Twin Cities Marathon. He's going to run Twin Cities.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to be with that. Brennan Peterson was hurt, but he was there last night with his bike. He's here today also, as well. But he was our defending champion.
Yeah. This might have been as deep as field. You know, maybe not super high end, but deep as field that we've ever had in the alumni.
We'd be amiss not to mention Eli Duran. He was right up there. He's
right.
He competes for St. Olaf.
Yeah.
So George Edgar ran pretty well. He's going to run for St. Thomas this fall.
Yep.
Joey McNeil was there as well, but he did a workout in the morning, so he still showed up, and he just ran a leisure 2 miles last night, but he showed up and he came to Carboni's after.
Now, I heard some people talk that the other graduates, Will Harder and Ryan Mulrooney, were avoiding the alumni, but there's no truth to that.
There's no truth to that. Ryan Mulrooney drove out. They had to be reported.
Oh, he's in Georgetown. Okay, and Will was in training at South Dakota.
Yeah, then they went up. Actually, they had their
Okay.
camp last week.
So we can quell the avoidance talk. That there's none of that.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, but
because
rumors start.
Well, Calvin Lane as well. You know, a class of 2012. He allegedly had some kind of professional race this weekend.
Okay. And then Trevor Capper is a guy we were worried about.
Trevor Capper, although his dad said he would pay for the plane ticket to get Trevor to come back and run.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next year then.
And then Cody Sedbrook's an assistant coach at Buffalo, and he ran just in a training run. He ran 26.2 miles this week.
Wow.
In a training run.
Yeah. So lots of alum. That's always fun to see. And programs going places. This year I think we can have a good season. We'll probably do a report later in the week from Deep Portage, which is another proving ground for the Irish.
Yeah, possibly. And then and not to forget, we're leaving for camp on Monday.
Yeah. Stories and competitions. All right.
Hey, well, one more.
Oh.
Mike Bumgarner showed fitness at age 34.
Yeah.
Trains out of Northeast Minneapolis. And, you know,
who was he fighting with?
Well, he was fighting with Drew Molnar. I mean, they ran right around 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's, you know, he former Drake standout.
Yeah.
But he's got to be at least 34 years old.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, thanks, Irish fans. We'll see you guys next week. Favorite cross-country memory?
Salty dog. All 5 strong.